Good morning, friends. How are you guys? I'm back. We're going to do some makeup. We might do hair today, too. I'm not sure. We'll see what time it is when we get done. But we're going to kind of like do a mix and match. I guess I don't know what better way to call it, but we're going to use like the new cheek tones. But then I also got a request for the Future Dusk palette. So, I don't know, to me, these are, like, opposites, but they could totally go together. You know what I mean? Like, see, this is, like, cool tone, nighttime, going out. Like, that's kind of what it reminds me of. And these are, like, fun, beachy, flirty. I feel like they're, like, opposite, but I think they can go together. So, we're going to try to make something work and see what we come up with. Sometimes these are my best makeup looks. And then I can never recreate them. Does anyone else do that with anything? Like, it turns out so good, but then you can't ever figure out how you did it again. So this could be one of those days. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? Everything we're using today is going to be Ophir. I have you guys linked to the cheek tones just because they're brand new. And I know so many of you are still wanting to grab them. And yeah, but you can shop anything from that link. Good morning, Marla. Good morning, Darcy. How are you, girls? I'll put it down here, too. All right. We're also going to use, your top has all the same colors in it. Oh, my gosh. It totally does. I'm actually going to put a shirt on over it, but it's a dress. So I'm going to put that over it and have the dress be like a skirt. Okay. This will be so cute. And I obviously haven't fixed my hair, so just pretend that doesn't look how it looks. Love, love, love my blush. Yay! Marla, me too. I've actually used them every day since I got them, even on like my no makeup days. I think I had one day I didn't wear any makeup, so I didn't put them on. But I've had a lot of like almost no makeup, like sunscreen and the cheek tones, and I love them. Good morning, Mom. Thank you so much for sharing, Amy. Okay. Let's start off with just a really good base. I think we'll go in with Starocene. That is not how you say that, I'm sure, but it's that one. This is the Dune palette. It is an all matte eyeshadow palette, and I've talked about this before. I've done a lot of looks with just the Dune palette, but the Dune palette is the perfect base palette for all your other makeup looks. That's why I call this an investment piece. Yes, it's a little bit expensive. But it's really good eyeshadow, and it's going to last you a really long time and be really good for all your makeup looks. So my opinion, it's worth the investment. You're going to have it for so long, you know what I mean? And it's just really good. Hey Desiree, how are you? So I'm basically just taking the fluffy brush and kind of putting that on as a base color. Nothing crazy. What have you guys been up to? We just dropped Zuri Outfit College yesterday. So if you're new here, hello, I go live every single morning, every Monday through Thursday between 8 to 8:30. Except for this week, my week has been crazy. So we were at the lake for 5 days, and then yesterday I dropped my oldest off at college. Can you guys believe it? It's so like bittersweet. Like I'm excited for her. Like really excited because I think these will be like some of the best times of her life. Like just, you know, making new friends, doing whatever she wants, not having to worry about her parents or, you know, anyone around here, just like literally going and having fun. She's also on the volleyball team, which she loves volleyball, and I'm excited about that. I think she's nervous, of course. I'm sure all the girls are nervous. But I'm excited for her, but it's like obviously bittersweet because also I'm nervous for her and anxious. And I like all my kids being inside my house because I do get a little bit like nervous when my kids are really far away from me, especially in like physical distance. Like the couple trips I've went on like in another country, I have to just like stay busy because if I start like thinking about it too much, like, you know, how far away they actually are, if I actually needed to like get home, it would just ruin my trip. So there's that. It's a little bit of a mix, but I'm really excited. She's going to Gillette, Wyoming Community College. And it's so nice, you guys. Like the dorms are so nice. The main office is so nice. Like it's such the field, like the soccer field. It's not a football field, which is so weird. I've never been in a soccer town. But it's super nice. They buy all the athletes passes to the rec center, which I don't think the college owns, but it's like right next to it. And it has like a pool and water slides and all kinds of like games and stuff. So they can go there whenever they want. They feed them every day. Like, it's so, so, so nice. I used that palette today too. Did you, Darcy? The Future Dusk or the Dune? Desiree, I'm doing good also. I'm sure she will have a great time at college. I'm sure she will, Amy, and she definitely will. But, you know, that's just part of being a mom.
Pause that.
I can't pause it. I'm on live.
Can I have $13?
No, you need to go in until I get off live, and then you can ask me.
I'm going with Dad.
Okay, well, you can ask me later then. Or you can ask your dad for $13.
I'm
Not when I'm on live. Okay, come give me a hug.
Are you almost done?
No, I'm not. They can hear everything you're saying. Carp, I want that open. Thank you, kind lad. Hurry, hurry. Everyone's waiting. Love you, bud. Don't slam the door. 12-year-olds. He needed $13. If I had to guess, it's probably for a game or something on his phone. Like a fishing game. I know. Okay. I don't know exactly what I want to do, so I basically just want to get one of these colors on and then kind of build up from there, which I do that a lot if I'm not really sure, like, what I want to do. I'll kind of put, like, whatever the main color I want to be and then, like, slowly build it up. The Dune palette. I love the Dune palette. I know, Marla. He's obsessed with fishing. Let's go with this today. I feel like this will go really good with this look. I love both of these, and they're super unique, you guys, and I feel like the best, like, I've ever seen of these colors. They're really unique. Awkward side hug. I know, he's mad because I won't give him $13. Probably because, okay, yesterday he wanted me to buy this fishing thing. It's basically like this app that, like, apparently tells you good fishing spots near you. And I'm like, good morning, Megan. Megan was the one who made the request today. Good fishing spots near you. And I'm like, I don't think we need to pay for an app to do that. Like, you could probably just Google it. You know what I mean? And that's free. I'm like, I think that's for people in, like, other states that don't know literally every single body of water that is within a 100-mile radius. How pretty is that, you guys? Good morning, Jody. How are you? Curb is a lot like Cody in some ways. I feel like he looks like me in, like, the face, but he physically is more like Cody, like, more athletic. But, I mean, like, past that, he gets, like, really hyper fixated on stuff when he gets, like, a hobby or something. And Cody's really like that, too. And so he'll basically, like, wake up and think about fishing and go to bed and think about fishing and just, like, always looking at, like, lures, watching videos, whatever. Or actually going fishing if he can. And that's kind of his, like, latest obsession. Yes, Mom, it starts in 2 weeks. I am not ready for that. Okay, that looks good, I think. Just making sure I don't have any fallout. When I do those really bright colors, I'm just taking this brush, didn't add anything to it, and just blending these two together. But anyways, when I do those really bright, like, metallic colors and stuff, I almost always take my ring finger and I just gently press it into the lid. And you can build it up that way too. Like, you can do multiple layers and stuff. But I feel like that is the best way to get the ultimate pigment payoff. And I think it's because you're not, like, dusting it onto the eye. You're kind of, like, pressing it gently, not, like, hard or anything. And really building that color up. So that is my favorite way if I want, like, something really pigmented or just, like, to really pop. That's my favorite way to apply it. If you've never tried that, definitely do. It works so well. I know, it's so early, Mom. All right, let's take the shade Watermelon. And we're going to add, like, a fun little pop to this look. I don't know exactly how much, but I want to add just, like, a little bit on the top. And then I'm thinking down here, we're going to add, like, a fun little pop. And then I'm going to put this on my cheeks and stuff, too. So it'll kind of, hopefully, This is the fun in playing in makeup, you guys, is sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but hopefully it's all gonna kind of like pull together with that. So see, I'm just adding like that little hint of color. It's almost like you can't even see it unless you have like a side-by-side. Me too, Mom. It's so pretty. I don't have full coverage foundation on lately. I haven't really been wearing full coverage foundation lately because it doesn't, the shades I have don't match. So I've kind of just been going with this and then, yeah. But I think it'll hopefully still look good. I'm taking my grandkids school shopping tomorrow. My grandson is going to be a senior and my granddaughter will be in 6th grade. Should be interesting and fun. Oh my gosh, that will be definitely fun. Is the senior like senioritis, ready to graduate, or like kind of sad that it's their last year? Okay, now we're going to take this same color and make a little pop underneath to really add that pop. This is the shade Watermelon. I love this one. I actually really like all of them. So usually I'll have like a hard favorite, but I have to say I do really like all the cheek tones and I've worn all of them. Pink Apple is definitely the most subtle. So I feel like I've worn that one the least, but I've still kind of worn it a lot. So I don't know. Let's see how this will just add like a fun little pop to the look. And that's something that's really fun about the Future Dusk palette is like really any eyeshadow like Future Dusk that has like metallics and stuff. You can take any one color out of it, pair it with like some fun different stuff, and you've got a whole new look. Like I've done so many looks with the Future Dusk palette just by itself, but you can totally take one color out of it and like pair it with a bunch of other fun stuff. You know what I mean? So I love that just to like give it a totally different vibe and like totally different look. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? Like we're kind of going a little more beachier today. Okay, I like that. I likey. I am gonna put another thing with the layering. You can always go back in and do one more coat, like at the end. And just really make that pop. See how it just kind of like instantly made that stand out like the tiniest bit? Do that if you want it to really pop. Jody, I'm good. Getting ready for my daughter's bridal shower. How are things with yours off at college? Oh my gosh, fun. Tell your daughter congratulations. They're good so far. So she just got there yesterday and they basically just like kind of had like an open gym, introduced each other. Like they didn't really do a lot yesterday. And then they just like pretty much showered, hung out, went to bed. But we didn't even leave there till probably 12:30 or so. But I think it went good. I'm sure it's like awkward. You know what I mean? Like they've all just met. They're like their new house. Like they've all lived at home their whole life. And it's just like, okay, now this is your new home. Even though obviously they'll all be back for like breaks in summer and stuff. So I'm sure it's like kind of awkward. And then on top of that, they're all athletes. So they all have to play on a team together. And, you know, the sophomores have before, but the freshmen haven't. But I still think it's good. And I think all the girls are still like really nice and stuff. I think excited and sad. He is really into baseball. Well, maybe he can play college baseball somewhere. I'm going to put mascara on, see what we think. And then we're going to do lips and cheeks and kind of see if we need to play with it. Are the sticks from Ophir? Amy, yes. These are the new vitamin C sticks. They're called cheek tones, but honestly, I've been using them on my eyes, my lips, my cheeks. I've literally worn at least one of these every single day since I got them, except for one day that I didn't wear any makeup at all. But at the lake, I was doing like really simple, like I would put on my sunscreen and then I would just take like, usually I did watermelon. I would put like a little blush on just to kind of like add a little color to my face and like dab it on my lips. And I'm telling you, just that tiny little bit, it was so subtle. I doubt most people could even tell I had any makeup on because it was so minimal. But just having that little bit of color in my face like brightened me up and made me feel so much better. And then I would just put on like my gold hoops and stuff. And I felt like it was just like way better than nothing at all. Not that you need to wear makeup when you're at the lake or anything, but sometimes it's nice. Future Dusk is a really good one. I know, Stacey. I love it. It's so fun. I haven't played in it in a minute, so I was glad that Megan messaged me and asked me to use it today because it's been a little bit. I feel like taking the dark blue in the outer corner would be really pretty. But I kind of want to finish our makeup first and see what we think because I don't want to get too heavy with it when I have this kind of like look going on. Got the watermelon one a few days ago. I love it. Yay, Jody. I love that one. That's the same one I just put on under here. And that is buildable too, you guys. So like I kind of smudged this out, but you could totally go in with another coat and build it up. Same when you use it as blush. Same when you use it as lips. Just keep layering it until it's as pigmented or as subtle as you want. A little bit goes a long ways. A good question I had this morning was someone asked me if it was sticky since it's like a cream product, and tell me what you guys think. She asked if it was sticky or if it dries down as powder, and my opinion and how I felt was I don't really feel like it's like either of those because to me, when I put it on, it literally dries and feels the same as like my skincare. So I didn't really notice one way or another, especially when I had like no other makeup on and all I was wearing was just the cheek tone. Like it just dried down just like my skincare. It didn't feel like I had like powder on my face or sticky stuff on my face. Like it just felt like it just stayed right on there perfectly, just like skincare. So that's my opinion on the texture. It is ultra lightweight, but still super, super pigmented. Honestly, they nailed it with the cheek tones. My great niece is getting married tomorrow. My dress is blue and I'm using my future desk in your video. Thanks. Yay! Oh my gosh, Marley, you have so much fun at your niece's wedding. I agree, not sticky. It's soft and smooth. Yeah, because when she said that, like I hadn't really put a ton of thought into it, so I was like, how would I describe that texture? Because she was like, is it sticky, like wet, or is it like drying down to a powder? And I'm like, I don't really feel like it's like either of those. But smooth is a good one, like just soft and smooth and just like, it barely feels like anything's there. To me, it doesn't really feel like anything's there. Maybe I'm a little too zoomed in. I'm gonna do hair today too, and I probably will jump on live. I would make a short tutorial, but I have so many to edit that my phone is like pretty much out of storage. So if you suddenly see me posting like 10 hair tutorials, I'm sorry. I'm just finally getting caught up on some videos, and I have to get some deleted because I think I'm at like 98% of storage. So we can't be having that. But I think I might do the Glam Wave today. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? By the way, I just realized I forgot to tell you guys, this is just Ophir's Comfortable Waterproof Mascara. This is my favorite mascara of all time, but since it's waterproof, I actually don't really wear it like every single day. I try to like give a little break or something, but I did find a makeup remover that is working really good, and it's actually like a cheap brand. So I was really surprised by that. But I definitely feel like waterproof mascara is still harder to get off. Something that I learned about waterproof mascara, and I totally agree with, is it actually helps hold the curl and stuff in your lashes. So if you do have like stick straight lashes or like mine even kind of point at the ground, waterproof, in my opinion, is the best for getting those lashes to curl and hold a curl throughout the day. So I use this like at least a few times a week because it's hard for me to like even switch to anything else now because this is like so good. But at the same time, I try to give my lashes a little break from waterproof because it is way harder to get off. And yeah. What colors did you use? Joni? Okay, so we have a few things on our eyes. I used the Dune palette, which is the all matte one, as my base. And then the Future Dust palette, we used one of the metallic colors. And then the rest is actually just the new cheek tone stick in the shade Watermelon. So like underneath and like this little bit of kind of red tone you see in there, that is the Watermelon cheek tone stick. They are also vitamin C sticks, so they actually have a ton of skincare in them, but one of the best ones is vitamin C, which is really good for like brightening up the skin, evening it out, and just giving you like a really pretty healthy glow. So these are just kind of like doing double duty for us. What's your remover called? I'll message you, Marla. And see if you want to try it. I don't remember the name, so I actually got to go look. I remember it's in like a light blue tub. And that's kind of all I remember. But, yeah. Waterproof mascara is definitely harder to remove. So I always try to give that disclaimer. Like, if you're just using... I wouldn't use waterproof mascara just for, like, no rhyme or reason. But if you have stick straight lashes, it definitely will help hold the curl. And then 2, if you do need waterproof mascara, Ophir's is really, really good. All right, we're going in with Watermelon again, just to kind of lift the face, warm it up a little bit, and pull this whole look together. You're welcome. Thank you, Joni. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember it is like a balm, which is actually my favorite for makeup removers. Than like a liquid or something. What have you guys been up to? I know Marla has been fishing away. What has everybody else been up to? I gotta text Zuri when I get off here and see how her day's going. I doubt she's like barely even gonna be on her phone today because it sounds like they're gonna be like super, super busy today. But just in case. Sometimes I'm like, kind of like my melasma and I'm like, it's fine. It's like kind of unique, like a freckle or something. And then other days I'm like, you're kind of peeing me off. You know what I mean? Because it'll make like my blush or something look weird. I wouldn't say, I guess like is probably a strong word, but like I'm still, you know, definitely confident with it. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of like something fun with aging, like a new look. You know what I mean? I'm looking on the bright side. But then other days I'm kind of like, okay, you're peeing me off. Okay, I'm using like the tiniest bit of this and then slowly building it up because it is so pigmented and I do kind of want like a dramatic look, but I don't want to look like a clown. So I feel like the best way if you do that is to very slowly build it up, like dip, apply. Because when I say these are pigmented, I mean like they're going to last so long. That's how pigmented they are. And you don't want to like get full on clown. But if you do get full on clown, it's okay. What you can do if you accidentally do that is take your setting powder and just put that over top of it and you'll be good to go again. So if you ever do get full on clown, it's okay. Don't stress it. Keeping grandkids fun. I'm exhausted from fishing. I bet, Marla. I love the watermelon too, Stacy. Staying out of this heat in Florida. See, we haven't even had like much of a summer. I'm just going to do a tried and true lip combo and I might dip like the tiniest bit of like watermelon or pink apple in with it. I haven't decided yet. But anyways, we haven't had like, it's been a weird summer because usually it's so hot here by now. Like it's like 100 every single day or like close to it, you know, like definitely in the 90s. Gonna go in with a little layer on the outer corner just to add a little pop. Same color, just building it up so it's a little bit darker. But anyway, it's like usually 100 every day or like dang close to it and just like, oh, you're going for a walk? Leave that door open, please. And just like, no, not that one. The other one. Be careful if you see other people walking their dogs, okay?
Kathy, calm down real quick.
You gotta keep a good hold on it.
Kathy, come here.
Now we gotta fly in here. Okay, mom life. Sorry, guys. Anyways, it's usually just like dead heat. Like just the driest, hottest heat ever. Like 100. But it hasn't really been like that. And like, I don't actually like when it's 100. But I also don't really like when it's like cloudy every day. Okay, you guys help me pick. I was going to put the shade Berry. Because I do think that would match really good. But would just like a super nude lip to make all of this pop be better? What do you guys think? Or should we go with Berry and kind of keep like this pinky peachy theme throughout? I'm just imagining the shade Whatever, and I'm like, maybe that like true super duper nude would look good to just like make all this pop, or maybe Berry would look good. What do you guys think? Very hot in Georgia also. The heat and humidity in New Jersey is ridiculous. See, and Like, it's hot here, but not like that. Not like it usually is. And, we've gotten a ton of rain, which is super weird. I'm not complaining. It's just odd. And it has me a little nervous for, like, winter because I'm like, I can't do the worst winter ever again. I mean, I can. If I have to, I have to. Okay. Nude. Okay, thank you, girls. Thank you for your help. I gotta grab my, my pencil sharpener from out of here. So we're gonna just do the shade Whatever in the lip liner. That's what it's called. If you guys are one of the ones that have been waiting for Whatever, All That, or Berry, last I checked, they were all 3 in stock. So you can definitely grab those. They're also the Ophir lip pencils, so same length. But let's go in with Whatever. Do you guys have a lot of like bugs and stuff when it's hot and humid? See, we have a ton of mosquitoes. Like a crazy amount here where I live, but not necessarily the whole state. Because even like at the lake where you would think there would be like ungodly amounts of mosquitoes, it's way worse here. But I think that's because we've gotten so much rain. And then we have like this weird clay soil, so it seals. And then a bunch of water just like sits on top of it once it seals. So it's just like standing rotten water anytime we get like a ton of rain. But yeah, so the mosquitoes have been bad. And then just in the last couple weeks, the flies have really like come out. Like I'm seeing them in the house when you're sitting outside, they're just like bugging you. You know what I mean? But that is definitely more recent and definitely not the worst year I've seen at all for flies. Okay, I'm going to kind of line the outside. And I think I'm going to go in with one of the Surreal Shines. Maybe I might take my finger and just dab the teeniest bit of watermelon. Like I want to keep it nude, but just to kind of pull it all together. Like literally barely at all. Just to kind of get like the color scheme all going the same. You know what I mean? Little teeny gnat bugs in your face, up your nose, all over. Oh my gosh, we had one spot like that on the lake in June. And they were just, like you said, like little tiny gnats. And they weren't even biting, but they were like just swarming us. You know what I mean? To the point we were like, we gotta get out of here. Like it was just a couple of spots we like parked our boat while we were fishing or we're, you know, driving slow. And after like 15, 20 minutes, we were like, let's go. Like we couldn't even take it anymore. And we just went to the next spot. And some spots were fine and then other spots had them. It was really weird. Yes, we've been getting a lot of rain too. Yeah, it's just crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, I guess we're not using that one. We'll go in with this shade Doll. How about that? I think this one is, yeah, this is the shade Clear, but I always put it over top of my lipstick, so it looks more like the shade Muse. Little teeny, oh, I just read that. All right, let's go in with this. Then I'm gonna go blow dry my hair, and I'll be back to go do hair with you guys. Like I said, I would just make a pre-recorded video, but I don't have the storage until I finish those videos up. And I actually like going live. Like, I love getting on and chatting with you guys in the morning. I know a lot of people, like, get really nervous. Like, for things like when Carb came in or, like, just, I don't know, things like that. That they're gonna say something crazy or whatever. But I'm just like, oh well, I'll just delete it if it does. But I like hanging out with you guys in the morning. I know, like, I watch a few long videos, but I prefer, like, pre-recorded, like, anywhere from, you know, 1 to 10 minute videos, but that's okay. But I gotta do a mix of both. Okay, what are we thinking of this look so far? I think we're done. I think it looks pretty good, because you gotta, like, pretend my hair is fixed at this point. until I get it fixed. I actually think we totally nailed this. How I said we were like mixing vibes and mixing like totally different looks, but like we kind of had a beachy look going on. Like I've got my little seashell necklace. I've got these. We're wearing like a summer dress. Like to me, this looks kind of beachy. Of course, I live in Montana. It's not beach at all, but like a lake. And I feel like with the cheek tones, we totally got that glow in there where it looks super beachy, but then we do have like the fun pop from the Future Dust. And then I think you guys nailed it with keeping the lip nude because that just kind of lets like the glow and this fun pop of color shine. Okay, I'm obsessed with the cheek sticks, you guys. I know you guys are like, shut up, you've said it 8,000 times. But I do not have any highlighter on whatsoever. And just look at how like it naturally makes light hit the top part of your cheek. Like, you can put these up here, and they're going to give you such a good lift. Yes, I'm doing this at the outdoor wedding. Yay! Okay, I love it. If you want to save this tutorial, you can just share it to your Facebook wall. Facebook will delete it in 30 days. But try it. Let me know how you like it. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Cool Carver, right, Marla? Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. If you have questions, you guys can always message me, but I will see you guys tomorrow or Saturday. If you do like watching me live, if you tap the screen, a little description box should pop up down here. And then I think there's a bell or something kind of like a bell. You can tap that and it'll turn notifications on so it lets you know when I'm live. Another thing you can do, because that only kind of works, is you can go to my page and then click the 3 little dots kind of to the right of my profile picture. And it should probably have you on following, which is like the middle one. If you slide it over to favorites, that should notify you hypothetically as well. But yeah, I love hanging out with you guys. I love this look. Thank you so much for helping me pick it. I'm going to go put in like my leave-in conditioner, blow dry my hair, all of that. And then I will be back with a hair tutorial. If you guys have a tool request, comment it down below and let me know. I'll try to check that before I actually jump on to see if anyone needs like a tutorial on something specific. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye, girls.